everybody, Forever Ultra 82 here. Hope you're staying safe and being well out there. And we got Magua chilling in the background, as always. He will not leave me alone, and it's been like this for like over a month now. I don't know what the hell his problem is, but he has some kind of problem. But anyways, it's fine. He's not bothering me, so that's fine. If he comes over here, he will bother me, and he does that sometimes, and that will be a problem. Hopefully he just sits there and grooms himself like a good boy. Anyway, I promised this last week, and then I had that hospital episode, as some of you may or may not know. If you don't know, feel free to ask, and I'll explain it to you. Or you can watch my last stream, and I explained it there. And this week, it's been kind of a continuation of it. The only difference is I don't have a block. I would say I'm very overactive in the digestive department. I don't want to be gross and make you guys sick, so I'm going to leave it at that. But anyways, yeah, I don't have much of an appetite, but I got to eat something, you know. And this is simple. This shouldn't be harsh on my stomach at all. I mean, I took some medication, so that might help. Anyways, that's not important. None of that's important. So I bought myself some of this. It's Green Giant Veggie Ramen. The box is all fucked, and I don't know how it got like that, but whatever. It's already opened, but it doesn't look like it's tampered with, so it should be okay. And if I die, we know who to sue. Anyway, Green Giant, they make great stuff. I really like their broccoli and cheese. It comes in a bag, and all you gotta do is nuke it. It's steamable, and you just throw it in the nuker, and it steams it, and the broccoli comes out all nice and soft, and the cheese is all melty and gooey and buttery. It's so good, and it's since it's got butter, it's fattening as fuck, obviously, but it's delicious. I love broccoli in all forms. And there's broccoli in this, which is weird, because why would you put broccoli in fucking ramen? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. The things in ramen I'm familiar with, there's enoki mushrooms, okay? Not button mushrooms. According to the picture here, anyway, there's button mushrooms in this motherfucker, and there's also spinach, carrots, and of course mushrooms and broccoli. It's like, I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking, you know what that sounds like to me? Vegetable soup. So is this going to be vegetable soup with ramen noodles? If so, that's fucked, because that's not what I paid for. I want something that's completely a ramen dish, but, you know, this just sounded so interesting, I just had to get it, and I want to try it for you guys. But, you know, it's weird. It's veggie ramen, right? Why is there a beef flavoring in it? Why not use a vegetable broth? Make this completely vegan. It'd be a little healthier, I would assume, other than the sodium. Speaking of, how much sodium does this have? Oh, it only has 780 milligrams. That is still high, yes, but considering that your normal ramens are anywhere from 1,400 to about 1,600, maybe a little more. I know K-Army stew ramen from Nongshim is literally 2,000 milligrams of sodium, which is well over the limit that anyone should be eating, unless that's the only thing you're eating for the day and you're doing a lot of exercise. Because when you run and shit, that takes out salt and regulates your sugar. It's good for you, you know? If you sit around like I do, that shit builds up in your system and you die. So I have that to look forward to. Anyways, we're going to use the microwave method for this. I mean, I got a clean bowl. I just cleaned one out. I got to do dishes. But I did clean one for this purpose. Basically, you just cut the bag so the bag is, yeah. This is your lot right here. Doesn't that look yummy? We'll find out for sure. Anyways, you put this in the bowl and you put 2/3 of water in it, and then you cook it for about 5 or 6 minutes. I have a 1,000 watt microwave, so I'll probably just cook it for the full 6 minutes because my fucking microwave is retarded. When you put it on to cook, right? Like, say you put something on for 3 minutes. Sometimes it'll barely cook the shit, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, one part will be completely nice and cooked, while, like, underneath or to the side a little bit, it's ice fucking cold. So I found a way to fix that, though. Basically, what I do is I'll put it on, let it cook, go for like 20 seconds, right? Then I'll open the door, close it again, and then restart the cooking process. And usually, then it cooks at the full 1,000 watt, and everything comes out as it should. Lovely, lovely radiation. Yummy to the tummy, right? So, now let's go through what this has in it. You know, it's not as bad as you would think. For the whole container, you have only 2 grams of fat. That's your 3% of your daily value. 0% or 0 grams of saturates. 0 of trans. That's good, because trans fat is bad. And trans anything's fucking bad. Get it through your fucking skulls. 780 milligrams of sodium. That's not horrible. That's 34%. It's still high, sure. But, you know, you're allowed up to 2,000, I think it's 2,000 to 2,500 milligrams of sodium a day, is because you need salt. You need you need sodium. Not as much as they put in food, but you do need a little sodium here and there. Carbs is 23 grams. That's not bad because I'm trying to stay under 100, and that's hard to do, given that I eat a lot of wheat bread because I like wheat bread and sandwiches. Dietary fibers, 4 grams. That's pretty good. There's only 3 grams of sugar, 7 grams of protein. That's nice. 1 gram of added sugars. We don't need that. Whatever. And then you got the vitamins and shit. You got no vitamin D, unfortunately. I mean, I take that as a daily supplement, anyways. 80 milligrams of calcium, iron 2 milligrams, and 350 milligrams of potassium, which is good because I take a water pill. Did you get all that? I hope so. I know it's completely uninteresting. That's why you can zip through this video and just watch the fun part. This is just the part I'm going through to just explain a couple things when it comes to ramen. Now, not all ramens are like this, but I will tell you from experience, frozen ramens or ramens that are in refrigeration are usually better quality in terms of flavor. I'll be more frank. There's a brand called Fortune. Winco carries it. I don't know if anyone else does carry it because, like I said, our groceries down here are limited to a couple stores. There's Walmart, Winco, and Crest. We used to have a place called Homeland, but I haven't seen them. I think they went out of business. And we can also get Kroger down here delivered. They don't have any stores, but I guess they have a warehouse down here. So that's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, there's not really anything from Kroger I really love, but I keep hearing their marinara sauces to die for. So I may have to buy that and a bag of beef ravioli and make ravioli on the stove or something. You know, something to think about in the near future. Yeah, there's a brand called Fortune, and there's, I believe in China Marts, Maruchan makes refrigerated ramen, or in the freezer anyways. And the noodles are better quality for some reason, and the flavors are better. I mean, this right here cost about basically $2.35. That's a lot for a bowl of ramen, considering your cheap ramen packs from Top Ramen and Maruchan are anywhere from 14 to 25 cents. But then you have added shit to this. I mean, broccoli, spinach, carrots, and mushrooms. I mean, who the fuck put this shit? I'm telling you, that angers me a little bit. I'm just hoping the flavor is, like, just really good, and I can be like, okay, not bad. But back to what I was saying with those, you have to add your own nutrients because on its own, while it's delicious and everything, and salty and kind of hits you all in all the right places, it's devoid of any nutrition whatsoever. It's just a carb-filled, sodium-ridden dish. And I love it. It's bad for me, it's bad for you, but you know, you can add your own nutrition to it to make it less bad. It's still bad, sure, because of course, carbs and sodium, but you can add, like, protein, you can add eggs, chicken. I put chicken in my own ramen before. That's pretty good. I like to put toasted sesame oil in my broth when I'm making the soy sauce ramen. I got a shit ton of soy sauce ramen up there. I was given for my birthday a couple of years ago. My friend Tony, he's a childhood friend of mine since kindergarten. I was bitching, short story, before I'll cut and then we'll make this. Basically, it's like this. I wrote on my Facebook, I'm like, look, everybody, all my Michigan friends, can you please go to your store and see if they have soy sauce ramen? Because there was none to find down here whatsoever. I looked everywhere. I looked at all 3 stores, grocery stores. None of them had it. And I really wanted soy sauce ramen. And I'm thinking, did they discontinue it, you know, or something? But I went on Nissan's website, and they still make it. So I was just like, well, then what the fuck, man? Anyways, my buddy Tony, he wrote me, like, I think the next day. He's like, hey, man, I went ahead and did this. He sent me a order from Amazon because he has Prime. And he went ahead and sent me 20 packs of the shit, which I still have 3. They're 5 packs, so they're, like, you know, bundled together in package. He basically went ahead and bought me 4 of them, and they're all in one little container. I just finished the first one. I've had it for over 2 years. I mean, that shit keeps forever, so I don't have to worry about it going bad. You know, some say it does, but I never had a problem with that. I had ramen sit in the cupboard for like 6 years and I would eat it, and the only thing I would get is a subtle taste of cardboard. You know, like a cardboard taste. It's hard to make. Some of you probably know what I'm talking about. It's when you have like crackers or rice in the cupboard for just a very long time, and it just doesn't taste right. I mean, it doesn't taste bad per se, but it just tastes off. I mean, it is what it is. But one thing I'm upset about, though, when it comes to Top Ramen, you know, off topic once more, is they used to make the bowls, or they do still, for beef and chicken. They no longer carry in anywhere around here, anyways. So I could probably go to Amazon, but I won't go to Amazon, and I'll tell you why. I get scammed every time when I make an account with Amazon and put my card there. I was recently almost scammed from YouTube because there's this transaction that it says Google in all caps, and they take money out of your shit if you have your PayPal connected to your YouTube account. I went ahead and I killed that, so they can't take that shit out of that card anymore. So, because I tried again about 3 days ago, and it said PayPal has blocked this transaction. I'm like, thank you guys. Like I said, I never had too much of a problem with PayPal. They've always helped me out, so I can't, I don't hate them. A lot of people that have problems with them, I still have yet to have a problem. Knock on wood. I'm talking about the Top Ramen soy sauce. They come in a bowl, right? And it comes with the flavor packet and those little dried vegetables and stuff. I like those. Those are really fucking good. Yeah, they only make them in beef and chicken now. They don't make them in soy sauce anymore, so that's unfortunate. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and do a jump cut. And we're going to go ahead and cook this brick. Hopefully it will be good. I'm hoping it won't be basically vegetable beef soup with ramen, but I'm assuming that's what it's going to be, so I'm going to call it now. If I'm wrong, though, I'll let you know. But until then, I'll see you in just a minute. All right, we are back. I'll let you take a look. It looks like vomit. Or basically, when you eat ramen and then you throw it back up after a nice drunken binge. I was going to use chopsticks, but unfortunately all my chopsticks are dirty. Go fucking figure. Also got myself a chaser. Got myself some delicious Arizona iced tea. It is not healthy for you because it has high fructose corn syrup, but for some reason this shit has become a part of my life again, which is bad. Because sugar is bad for a guy my size. But fuck it. Anyways, I'm going to open one. Cheers. I had these in the freezer, so now they have like ice chips. It's so good. Highly recommend. Okay, so we have this big old bowl of vomit. I mean, it's only half a bowl, so that's a little disappointing for $2. You can make the cheap shit, and it will fill your entire bowl up with broth and fucking noodles, and it would be absolutely fucking fantastic. Let's give this a stir a little bit, though. Get it in the light there. Vomit. I'm sorry. I need better lighting. Doesn't that just look appetizing? Well, I'm not British, so I'm not a snob. As long as something's edible, I'm likely to have it. That's what us fat folk are known for. We pretty much eat anything that's edible. I don't have any standards. I mean, I'm gonna eat this shit. The mushrooms look good though. Like, see the mushrooms? The good old button mushrooms. You know what would make this even better if they put bamboo shoots in? I mean, we have, I guess that's what the broccoli is supposed to represent, because there's some broccoli like right there. It's an interesting form of ramen, if I must say so. But I guess the real star is the flavor. It smells pretty damn good, though. Yeah, it doesn't smell like vegetable beef like I thought it was going to. But that could just, sense a smell that doesn't mean everything. There are shit out there that smells bad as fuck, but it tastes so good. Like durian fruit. That smells fucking bloody awful, but it tastes damn good. I like how it has... I don't like that onion aftertaste, but I do like the creamy, custardy texture of it. And it's really nice. But it smells horrible. Anyways, so let's try the broth. And all you broth haters can go fuck yourselves. Broth is the best part of ramen. It makes the happy happen. It hits that, gives you that oxytocin that makes you, yay, happy. I don't know what the fuck you call that. That's supposed to be beef, but it's flavorless, kind of. There's a subtle beef flavor, I guess, but no, I don't taste like beef at all. What is that? Unless it's a really watered down beef broth. That's pretty much what that fucking is. It doesn't taste anything like vegetable beef, so that's good. Now let's try some of the vegetables. Let's try some broccoli here. Okay, the veggies taste wonderful. Not surprised, it's Green Giant. They always make good vegetables. There's spinach in this, so I already just got over a case of gout, too. I had gout in my fucking left knee. I'm better now, but this might flare back up because spinach and I don't get along when it comes to gout. There was this time that me and the wife, we went to Jimmy's Egg. It's a place down here that serves breakfast, kind of like Waffle House, right? And I had the spinach, mushroom, and Swiss cheese omelet because those three things, I mean, that's like sex to me, right? It's delicious. It makes my stomach full and happy. What happens the next day? Gout. I didn't even drink either. That's what the thing that fucked me up. So, I mean, like sometimes I'll drink during the week, but it's rare. It's only when, you know, I'm either in a very shit mood or I'm just bored as hell and I want something to do. Yeah, the broth is very flavorless, and I mean there is flavor, but it's so subtle. It's like if they took beef broth, you know, like the containers of beef broth, and they watered it down. That's what this tastes like. I mean, you do put water in it. You know, if you wanted this as a brothless ramen, you can omit the water altogether, and this would probably be decent. But broth is one of the things that makes that's what makes ramen a great dish, man. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, my fucking friend Tony, he's like, oh, I don't like the broth. I think the broth is shit. And I'm like, you're shit. Because broth is amazing. It is the best aspect of ramen. And I see all these people on YouTube that eat ramen in Japan, and they totally disregard the broth. I mean, I want to cry. I'm like, give me that shit. I'll drink it up and have a heart attack. I don't give a fuck. I got a spoonful of spinach here. Yeah, the vegetables in this are absolutely spot on. That's probably the best. I mean, I haven't even tried the noodles yet, Jesus, because there's not much of it here. I mean, does that not... I wish I had a GoPro to make this easier. That does not look like ramen noodle to me. You know what that looks like? Linguine. That does not look like ramen noodles. That's depressing. Well, I mean, it's all in the flavor, right? Okay, yeah, those are ramen noodles, obviously. I can taste the alkaline. But with all that spinach, it literally tastes like sucking off a spinach leaf in the middle of a garden. That's a very bad way of putting it, but there's no better way to describe it. I mean, that's just tasted like sucking off a leaf in the middle of a garden. It tasted like garden is what I'm saying. Yeah, I got a nice big spoonful here. Yeah, tastes like... You know, I'm half on this. Like, a part of me does not like it, and then a part of me does. It's weird. It's one of those things that you don't like it necessarily, but you're going to end up craving it at some point. But if I had to give this a rating, 6 out of 10. It's not very good, but, I mean, the broth is fine, I guess. I mean, like I said, it's subtle. But you can slurp it. It definitely feels good on my fucking stomach, because, gosh. I mean, a little bit of electrolytes is good for a person that goes on the toilet a lot. The mushrooms are good. There's not enough of them. They got more everything else. Like, I'm trying to... Like, the carrots are very small. Like, so here's a carrot. But they're nice and soft. The broccoli has a little bit of a bite to them. Not very much. And mushrooms just, you know, they're just like mushrooms. They have that little bit of a, you know, sponginess to them. Unless you fry mushrooms, then it's not as spongy. Or if you boil them outright, then they're softer. But, I mean, this tastes like a microwave mushroom. But it's fine. It's mushroom. But if I had to pick something between Fortune's udon, mushroom udon, which I highly recommend, that's $2. Well, it's not $1.98 plus tax. This was $2.39. I'd go with the udon from Winco over this. Now, do I recommend you give this a try? Maybe one time. Maybe one time, and then you can see for yourself if this is something you'll crave. The highlights is it doesn't have as much sodium as regular ramen does. It doesn't give you that same, belly happy feeling you get from ramen noodles, though. I'll do a couple more bites and we'll call it a video. It just doesn't have much flavor to it. That's probably my biggest gripe. I mean, like I said, with these vegetables just don't work with ramen. It works for vegetable beef or certain soups. Like, homemade chicken noodle soup. You put carrots, celery, and chicken broth in it. And, of course, I use egg noodles. Some of you may use something else. I mean, these toppings does not work. And this broth, like I said, is not... It just doesn't taste like beef all that much. If at all. I mean, I wouldn't call that beef. And if it is, it's very subtle. You guys ever had those Amy Chun's soups from Walmart? They're in the international aisle if you ever see them. Try those. And then try this. You'll see there's almost no difference between the two. I'm very disappointed in this. I was hoping it would be better. But yeah, 6 out of 10. There's not much flavor here. These toppings don't work. It's disappointing. It's edible. I mean, this would be good if you had, like me, a stomach bug. Or if, you want something that is not real heavy. Because ramen noodles are heavy, the ones in the pack, because the noodles they have a large amount of volume. So, if you're sick or you want something ramen-y and it's not as unhealthy, I mean, it's low in fat. I mean, the only high amount is, the sodium is high, but it's not like heart attack high, at least. I mean, it's almost 1,000 milligrams. If this is just one of your meals and you just have this with like a sandwich or something, I see that being kind of harmless. But, yeah, it's disappointing. There's no flavor. I was hoping there'd be flavor, because the other ramens I bought from the refrigerator or freezer always had some full form of the flavor, or the flavor that's advertised. I mean, like I said, this tastes like watered down beef broth. There's barely any flavor at all. Very disappointed. And for $2.36, you can go fuck yourself. But I'm not going to waste you because I haven't ate all day, and this is kind of welcoming, actually, because I'm starving. But as a soup, you are disappointing. So, that's your lot. So, I recommend trying it at least one time. Just one time. But beyond that, I wouldn't even bother. There's no point into it. Because you'll have it, you'll be like, okay, I see what he means. It's kind of useless and pointless. Especially for that amount of money. You can get yourself, like I said, Fortune Udon. They also have chicken regular ramen, too, and beef. I like the udon because it comes with the mushroom, and I love the... I mean, I'm telling you, if there was a woman made out of mushroom, I would probably eat the shit out of her. And then some. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. So, yeah, 6 out of 10, not very good. I recommend you try it at least one time, and you can understand what I'm talking about, because I'm not really good at explaining things, but I do try. It's not very good. That's unfortunate. And I'm not picky about food at all. But I'm going to stick with Shin Black, Niroguri, Shin Red, and the cup version of the carbonara Bulldog. I still think Bulldog is overrated. It's not that great because it's stir fry ramen. I don't like stir fry. I'm a broth guy. Does Bulldog make it broth ramen? I don't think so. I never see it. Now I guess I'll have to look into it and see if they do. And if they do, I would love to try that. But yeah, I'll keep my eye out for some more interesting food things and try them here on this channel. So that being said, I'm Forever Rich 82. I am signing off. You all have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Remember to keep gaming, keep loving each other, and keep it retro. And make sure you eat something better than this dog shit. Until next time we see each other, take care. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked what you saw and would like to support my channel, please consider being a patron. I'll put your name up with these fine folks who have donated to this channel, and that would be awesome to have you on board. If not, that's entirely up to you.
I hope you have a good day and take care.